This relates to more news relating to top news. You have 300 traffic controllers shortage, 3,000 related to traffic controller shortage. The Secretary of Transportation was talking about that, relating to that. He's also talking about relating to the technology upgrade. An example of that, Newark Airport, and they had another 90-second communication glitch the other day. So, staffing shortages, traffic control, antiquated technology relating to outdated, related to technology, and respectfully, and for example, in Newark Airport and various, various places. Pretty much the FAA needs saying they need an upgrade. That's going to cost money. That costs money to do that. Different things. 3,000 traffic controller shortages. FAA needs an upgrade related to its technology. And with the technology advancement, you're going to need, if it gets advanced enough, you won't need as many air traffic controllers. So with the technology, that's that limits the amount of humans you need for that particular job. Now, as far as air traffic control, they're going to do relating to training and different things. So it's a lot of they say relating to him, they're going to be working on different things. But they're under an antiquated system. That's why you're having these mishaps, near collisions, for example, at some of these airports. A lot of it is the technology, manpower, various things. 23 died in the Gaza related to the strikes, Israeli strikes. You had a temporary ceasefire, and I believe that quickly a breach happened related to it, I believe, on the Pakistani side. So there's a breach relating to that ceasefire. So, like I said, two operative word was very temporary. So that's not going to last long. So they'll be back at it, just like the Ukraine and Russia. Now, these are nuclear powers, Pakistan and India. They're two nuclear powers. And that situation related to, I believe in April, related to the Pahalgam, which was an incident that happened in Kashmir in the Pakistani territory region. That's what kind of stirred up relating to the situation with India and Pakistan, relating to the T attacks, relating to that territory, Pakistani areas, man. You had a 4.1 earthquake relating to Atlanta, I believe. They felt tremors. I believe Knoxville, Tennessee. I thought I saw two states on there, Knoxville and Atlanta. You have this was early reports. This is on Newsmax, which I believe that's a conservative cable news. Pakistan pushes down relating to T groups. That goes to the red line relating to the T groups. The talks relating to that. I see now on the report too as well. Push down on the T groups. You have let me see. Regarding the with the airport, of course, passengers, air carriers are going to be frustrated relating to that. Let me see what else I just written down. Yeah, Pakistani pushes down relating to the T groups. You have also related to the UK trade deals. Now you had Secretary of Commerce talk about these Howard Lutnick. He was talking about U.S.'s $235 billion dollar deficit with EU. Man. Now we know UK had talks. UK and related to the UK and trade deals. For example, that announces UK trade deal. From the U.S. would be, for example, U.S. beef and ethanol to Ukraine, and from Ukraine cuts relating to auto, steel, and aluminum. And you have the red lines, Shalak. Earlier, I'll talk about the red lines that relates to the uranium, relating to the uranium enrichment talks relating to Iran. The red line talks relating to that. Uranium enrichment helps, development of relating to these nuclear weapons, man. Key ingredients, man. You have this is news I got from earlier, Newsmax. Now I'm going to go to. You had a report of. What was that report? Oh yeah, judge pauses much of Trump's government downsizing because he related to downsizing, cutting the costs, making it skinny, making it financially skinny. U.S. could cripple the Russian economy if needed. I don't know about that. Possibly questionable, but that was on the report. Somebody talking about that. Now I want to go to news relating to. Let's go to some more news. Tensions remain high in India and Pakistan after apparent breach. So it's apparent breach related to the ceasefire, man. Something happened, I believe, on the Pakistani side or one of the sides that breached that ceasefire agreement, man. Gonzaga, which is university, professor breaks down the impact of the new pope, and I believe University of Villanova University, Pennsylvania, was talking about related to the new pope, his history relating to that university. Anyway, let's go to continue on. News wrap: European leaders push Russia for full ceasefire in Ukraine. So these other EU nations are strongly encouraging Russia relating to ceasefire. Now, you had a New York mayor Ross Baraka, arrested by ICE in New Jersey. That's the Newark mayor. Seems like Newark has a lot of problems. Airports, mayor. Trump still unwilling to unilaterally lower tariffs. That goes to the meeting with China, man, because they ahead of talks, he was considering relating to possibly, and I mean possibly, operative word, relating to lowering tariffs. If he did by 80%, that would jump it down to 65%, because it was at 145. So that would jump it down to 65%. You know what I mean? And the operative word is if he would do it. So most likely he won't. You know what I mean? And China's doing a lot of things that's affecting U.S. anyway. So they not on really best terms anyway. Trump still unwilling to unilaterally lower tariffs, White House before the China meeting. Now he said he would consider it. You know what I mean? Now he's not considered, but Trump is very fickle or unlabeled, man. You know what I mean? Labile or labile or fickle. He's very changeable, man. Residents in PA fearful for their families abroad in India, Pakistan tension related to the India-Pakistani situation related to the families here in the United States that are concerned about their relatives in that part of the region. You have Fox News host Jeannie Pirro to tap to interim D.C. U.S. Attorney General. You also have an mother and daughter arrested by ICE. 4.1 earthquake hits Tennessee and also Atlanta, Georgia. That's what I was talking about. Then Trump signs executive order. He signed more executive orders to establish a national center for the homeless veterans in West LA. I believe it's West LA. Why Russia is resistant to any kind of pressure, according to the Kremlin. Trump administration looking into suspending habeas corpus. Nashville mayor demanded information regarding current ICE arrest. Pakistani launch operation against India retaliation to latest strikes. So they back again. You have intentions relating to these other nations continuing Ukraine, Russia, now India, Pakistan. Had a video showing or a slide showing that Kim Jong-un, he was checking relating to ammunition in a facility in North Korea, pretty much the supplies and different things. And you still having the China and Taiwan situation as well. So this is just quick news real quick. I hope it helps related to information, informative related to information. Praise Yahweh Shem Yeshua Bashem Makakadazai Al Washawan.